Now this right here is a good video. Visual Ventures, folks. What's the last time I watched a Visual Ventures video? Exposing Telegram's massive criminal underworld. Chat, y'all got Telegram? Be honest with me. And if you do got Telegram, what you using it for? You trying to scam motherfuckers? Calling motherfuckers? Or you trying to look at like bitches like nudes and shit? Yeah, I know what you niggas be using Telegram for. Yeah. Oh no, y'all be got that little Telegram shit. Telegram, you feel me? Little telegram. I know a lot of motherfuckers with Telegrams. I be scamming and shit. You feel me? Shit. I was about to say a name, but I ain't gonna say too much. But yeah, personally, I don't do that shit. You feel me? I would never scam nobody a day in my life. On my mama's life, I'm not scamming nobody. That's just not my thing. But I know a lot of niggas that do. But let's get into this shit, man. Talk to me.
Police say that Telegram is quickly becoming another go-to app for dealers.
Yeah, scammers, drug dealers. You got on Telegram? Well, I know a lot of people use it for like a lot of things. But yeah, drugs. Motherfuckers use it. Obviously, it's like drugs, scamming, and like fucking nudes, like leaks and shit, if you know what I mean.
Money from my account.
Thousands of men are going to see this victim's home address, her full government name, all of her details, her work address, everything.
Do not use Telegram, the messenger, at all.
With 700 million active monthly users, Telegram is arguably one of the most popular messaging apps ever made. But if you thought this was just another WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, you're wrong. Because below the surface, Telegram is a thriving ecosystem of underground crime filled with secrets that you might be too scared to even uncover. We'll start off with the lighter stuff, but stay till the end because I'm going to talk about some of the darkest things Telegram is used for. My name is Visual Venture. Hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead. The perfect app for criminals. Telegram enforces.
Oh yeah, like it literally is perfect app for criminals. Like I just said, like if niggas was scamming, this is literally your go-to app right here. If you see on motherfucking story chat, they be like, follow my Telegram, they scamming you. They scammers, boy, or they selling drugs on that bitch. You hear me? Like weed, pills, prescriptions. Not for real though. Pills, weed, fucking lane, whatever you need on phone and grade. P's for the low, man. I'm trying to tell you, baby.
Privacy first policy, allowing the app to become a network for large-scale criminal organizations. But it's not just the major crime groups that benefit. There are some solo users that have made it to the big leagues using the app, like Yogesh Meena, the student-turned-criminal entrepreneur. In March of 2024, Yogesh's jaw-dropping story hit the public. The 21-year-old was arrested for his association with over 50 cases of cyber fraud within the last year. But that was nothing compared to the rest of the news. Turns out, Yogesh wasn't just an expert in cybercrime. He was a mentor. He had been teaching over 500 young students in India from villages in the Bundi and Svai Madhopur districts the art of cyber fraud. These classes lasted for hours with Yogesh's lesson content hidden within Telegram's encrypted servers. To criminals like Yogesh, this sort of encryption is invaluable. That's because it makes it harder for others to gain access to their conversations and safer for them to talk about illegal activity more openly. Telegram has features like pin-protected chat rooms or disappearing messages that get deleted automatically after certain periods, all making it much more difficult for police to access crucial information for their investigations. Even Telegram, the company itself, can rarely access actual messages within these group chats because of the platform's impressive end-to-end encryption. And the encryption doesn't only protect direct messages. Telegram users can also make private group chats, making the app a popular place for digital crime groups like gangs and syndicates. This allowed for Yogesh to coordinate with his students and help set up major fraud schemes with potential targets. The plan involved the students pretending to be stock investors and sending large numbers of fake stock offers to people to deceive them into investing their money. To Yogesh's students, this was a walk in the park because on Telegram, users are known to keep personal information to a minimum. This means not having a profile picture, a name, or any actual information about yourself, which makes it super easy to remain anonymous. On top of these privacy barriers, Telegram's search tool makes it easy for users to find groups they like. This helped Yogesh's students find people to target and encourage other users to join them in their life of cybercrime. Today, Telegram is a paradise for the worst kinds of people. But what exactly are the crimes they commit? Punchmade Dev, the influencer scammer. Scams are
Y'all remember
extremely
Punch Made
common
Dev,
on
folks?
Telegram because
Hey,
of
tell y'all
just
some
how
Punch Made Dev
private the app
fans?
is. But scammers don't just focus on their victims. They also sell
Is that
easy-to-use
nigga Punch Made
phishing
Dev
kits
really
to
a
help others
scammer, though?
start scamming. Phishing is when
I feel like
scammers trick
if he's
people
just
into
that known for being a scammer, I feel like folks would have been like booked on some shit. Like, is he really I don't know, man. Because it's like, why would you make that? Like, why would you, like, what the fuck?
giving away personal information like bank details. They do this by making fake links that look real. When someone clicks on these links, their information is stolen. Phishing kits make scamming easier by bundling software, scripts, and templates, so even people with no tech skills can scam others. There are also other criminal tools on Telegram that let people access private information with just one click.
It'll say, what service, right? There's already scripts written up for me. I paid an Indian 10 bands and he programmed it for me.
Wow.
Wait. Oh, look, PayPal. Now it says, who are we spoofing? Aiden Ross. What the?
Wow.
So we gonna spoof Aiden Ross.
That video was recorded by Punch Made Dev, a YouTuber and musician who has allegedly made a fortune teaching people how to scam others with his online courses. His primary platform, Telegram. In just a few seconds, Punch Made Dev was able to get the personal information and phone number of the famous content creator Aiden Ross simply by typing his name into an automated bot service. How did he do it? Punch Made Dev hired an engineer to program a bot for him that can conduct a wide range of scams. He specifically asked the bot to spoof as Aiden Ross. Spoofing means disguising yourself as someone else to gain the trust of your victims. Punch Made Dev used Aiden Ross's stolen identity to scam his followers. Aiden reacted to the video on his Kick channel with over 1.2 million followers, and the video blew up on the internet. Although Aiden warned his viewers not to follow Punch Made Dev's footsteps, Punch Made Dev made the entire scam look like a piece of cake, making it much more enticing.
And that's where the problem
to
starts,
try
right there.
Because
right, a lot of kids, some little kids in that chat probably seeing that shit like, oh my god, if that's easy, I'm finna go do it too. And that's how that shit worked, folks. I was just thinking, like, I already know there was a bunch of little kids watching that fucking stream thinking like, oh, that's how easy it is. People know it's not. It's not that easy. That's how your dumb ass get caught.
After that demonstration video, Punch Made Dev allegedly attempted to buy a TV using Aiden's payment information that he got illegally.
So now I'm about to walk to the store and Aiden's finna donate me a TV.
Bro, so you're telling me right now, where did you get that money from? Am I out of my PayPal?
Something like that.
And this is the sort of stuff that Punch Made Dev does on the daily. He's become a successful social media personality for his rich and lavish lifestyle as a cyber criminal. He has over 200,000 subscribers on YouTube where he creates rap songs talking about his internet scams in detail. He's got songs like How to Write a Dump, Scam Brothers, and $1 Million Criminal, which all have millions of views bragging about the money he's stolen. But Punch Made Dev doesn't just show off his success. He also tries to teach his followers.
But if we look here, it says click here to learn. Then takes us over to his Telegram chat where Dev is claiming to have a Cash App glitch that you can essentially buy from him, and he will send you the steps on how to do it yourself.
Punch Made Dev made multiple tutorials on how to commit financial crimes via Telegram and other platforms. But recently, he took things up a notch by creating an online shop selling stolen credit cards.
I know Punch Made Dev was fucking with some niggas out here in Iraq. Bando KD, that why. Some niggas from Cross Western, like Inglewood, where I'm from, he was fucking with some niggas out here. He gave him some chains, all type of shit, by the way. So that's
PayPal accounts, and other counterfeit items. Punch Made Dev might be a notable figure in Telegram crimes, but he's just one of the many scammers who have found a home on the platform. Telegram is also widely used for crypto scams. An infamous example was the crypto scam involving popular alt crypto Shiba Inu, where scammers contacted countless people with fake links to purchase other cryptocurrencies. These scammers targeted those within the Shiba Inu coin community because many of the Shiba Inu investors lost a ton of money after the coin was hyped up on social media. But like many other crypto coins, the hype soon died down, and the price dropped rapidly. This caused a ton of rookie investors to lose out on thousands of dollars with no real hope of getting that money back since the coin now lost its popularity. Scammers were well aware that these investors were looking to make back the money that they lost, which is why they were the perfect victims. They would approach these people with proposals for other investments that promised insane returns. However, However, the links that they sent were phishing links meant to steal their personal information.
Classic.
On the other end of the spectrum, there's also full-on pyramid schemes for crypto scammers. Toncoin is one of the biggest crypto scams on Telegram today. The premise of Toncoin is simple. Invest your money, buy boosters that can earn you more money, and invite your friends to make a commission on their investments. Your standard pyramid scheme. The scam requires all victims to register for a crypto wallet using a specific Telegram bot, which records every user's personal information. From there, victims have to purchase Toncoins. The more they buy, the more commission they make. And to incentivize victims to keep digging themselves into a deeper hole, the scammers will promise even more money if they buy booster packs or invite their friends to join the program. Needless to say, none of these victims ever saw any money. All of those glorious commissions that they promised, they're not real. These schemes are meant for you to throw money at scammers who will never actually give you any of it back. This is all too common on Telegram. Some unsuspecting people have lost thousands of dollars in these investment opportunities. In Delhi, India, there was a man who was invited to a Telegram group chat filled with who he thought were aspiring investors like he was, when in reality, they were nothing more than a group of scammers. The scammers worked together to convince him that there was a profitable investment opportunity waiting for him. At first, he was asked to put down a deposit of 120 in their local currency, which he did. Immediately, he got 180 in return, which is $60 more than he originally put down. That was enough to convince him that this was all legit, so he kept depositing more cash. And this is exactly how the scammers get you, because the man received even more money than what he had given them. He had a reason to believe that this was legit, so he ended up giving the scammers an additional $15,000 in hopes of becoming rich. But once the money was received, things took a terrible turn, because not only was he not getting his money back, but the scammers were now off the grid. They immediately ghosted him and left him with no leads on reporting them for their crimes. But scammers don't only prey on those who are desperate financially, they also prey on those who are desperate for love. There's a scam from Vietnam that targeted men, specifically lonely men. The Telegram group chat called Beauty Heaven was marketed as a sanctuary for men looking for love. Many joined the chat room in hopes of entering in casual relationships with women. A Vietnamese man from Nha An province was one of these men, but what he didn't realize before joining was that talking to these women wouldn't be an easy task. He wanted to find himself a hookup, but before he could actually get chatting with any girls, the group chat admin said that he had to do a series of missions to get VIP membership. This membership was supposed to guarantee him discounted services while having fun with the beauties. And without it, he wouldn't even be able to talk with any of them.
Getting a bitch on Telegram is crazy, gang. I'm just saying. That's crazy. Trying to find some that's like some super down bad shit.
More missions you complete, the better tier your VIP memberships got. But there was one catch. It said that after each completed mission, he had to send them certain fees to claim his rewards. And the higher the tier, the higher the fee. At first, he would make his money back and then some, but he still didn't get what he came for, to talk to any of the girls. But he kept doing the missions anyway, eventually giving the group chat admins over 560 million Vietnamese dong, which is around 22,000 US dollars. Eventually, the man realized this was a scam and asked for his money back. But all they did was just ask him for more instead before eventually cutting contact altogether. But while scammers take advantage of those who are vulnerable, other criminals even recruit them to become criminals too, tricking innocent people into crime. For criminals, Telegram's search feature isn't just useful for finding victims, it's also a powerful tool for finding recruits. Any legitimate criminal organization has a hierarchy, with the bosses at the top and the workers at the bottom. And with so many people on the internet eager to make some quick cash, that opens up a huge talent pool for potential new criminals. And a lot of times, this illegal work is disguised as fake job postings promising high salaries and a ton of benefits. Then, when they actually start working, they realize that this isn't what they signed up for, but instead it's something much darker. The most common form of illegal employment is fraud. In 2021, US banks reported almost 250,000 cases of check fraud, and in 2022, that number almost doubled to around 460,000. And the reason that check fraud has become much more widely accessible is because of apps like Telegram that let criminals easily find people who would do their dirty work. Check fraud is when people find checks, make a counterfeit copy of the original and then change the information on the actual check, like who it's addressed to, so that they can deposit the money into their own bank accounts instead. But even though the information's been changed, the check still needs to be physically deposited at a bank. And that's where the rookie recruits from Telegram come into play. Many check fraudsters find people to cash in these checks via Telegram, promising them quick cash in return. All these people have to do is just walk into their local bank and deposit a check into a certain bank account. After that, the gangs take care of the rest, and the rookies get a portion of the money. Relatively low risk if they keep a low profile. And for someone like Nikidra Shannon, it's even lower risk, because during the day, she's a postal service worker. She'd been working at a processing center in Charlotte, North Carolina for a year and a half before she realized that there was a much more profitable opportunity in front of her, which means that she has easy access to checks that are being mailed from all around the world. From April to July of 2023, Nikidra would pocket checks that she found in the mail. When she got off work, she would send these checks to her two co-conspirators, Donnell Garnder and Desiree Carter. Desiree was the founder of a crime Telegram channel called the OG Glass House, which became an esteemed marketplace for purchasing and selling illegally obtained checks. Using the alias Swiper, the three of them would coordinate the selling of all the checks that Nikidra got from work. Together, they were able to steal an estimated $24 million worth of checks. Criminals from all around the world have discovered the value in these schemes, making it a part of their day-to-day operations. In Japan, there's a big demand for these types of employees. In fact, it's such a big thing that there's a special term for it, Yami Baito. This refers to the Japanese black market filled with shady jobs and even shadier employers. The Yami Baito jobs seem like a dream come true to the average person. Although it's high risk, it's high reward, and you never even have to interact face-to-face with your boss. To many, this is the ideal scenario. Risa Yamada was your average 27-year-old woman. Like many others, Risa was struggling to find consistent income. Growing up in a single-parent household and being stuck between jobs, Risa was desperate for some sort of financial security, which is how she stumbled upon an interesting Yami Baito advertisement on X. The job seemed simple. Use your charm and wit to convince the elderly to hand over their money. So that's what she did. She would fraud the Japanese elderly out of hundreds and thousands of dollars by impersonating a police officer. But this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to cyber criminals in Japan, because cases like Risa's are common. Every day, thousands of new employees sign up for Yami Baito jobs without understanding the consequences because they don't see any risk. But the reality is that there's never a crime without a victim, and the infamous Luffy gang proved that. The Luffy gang was a group of Japanese criminals with its 4 ringleaders based out of the Philippines. These criminals were locked up after their confirmed involvement with a series of scam crimes in the Philippines in late 2019. These scams cost Japanese nationals over 2 billion yen, equivalent to almost 13 million US dollars. In total, 36 Japanese criminals were thrown into a Filipino jail, including the 4 ringleaders. But even after their arrests, they didn't give up their life of crime. Instead, they chose to start a new group and continue their crime sprees from jail. The mastermind behind the group, an unnamed criminal named Luffy, based on the popular One Piece protagonist. Using Telegram, the Luffy gang was able to recruit and coordinate with hired accomplices in Japan who helped them carry out countless robberies throughout their jail sentence. The Luffy gang is reported to have committed over 50 robberies in 14 different prefectures in Japan since it was formed. Their process was simple. Step 1, post an enticing ad on social media platforms like X or Instagram. These would be titled Dark Part-Time Jobs, each listing promising a ton of money. Step 2, contact all the potential recruits and add them on Telegram. From there, take advantage of the app's encrypted DMs to give them tasks to do. The most common task was asking hires to pose as police officers or financial service agents. Once the accomplices take on this fake role, they contact the victims, which are usually elderly couples, single women, or other vulnerable groups. They tell the victims that their bank accounts have been compromised and that they needed to schedule a visit to talk things out and solve the problem. But when they arrived at their house, the act was dropped. The gang members would steal ATM cards and other bank documents from their victims, then withdraw all the money to send to their bosses, keeping a portion for themselves. It said the drivers were paid around $6,150 US dollars, while robbers were paid $6,500. And that's for only one completed robbery. But this gang's crimes got even worse. On February of 2024, 4 men in Japan were carrying out the demands of their Luffy gang bosses. But things went terribly wrong.
woman.
The woman refused to hand over her belongings and her cards, so the Luffy gang members escalated things and took them by force. The woman ended up passing away just so that these criminals could walk away with a haul of just 3 luxury watches and a diamond ring. Following the public outrage from this incident, police were able to connect this robbery and a few others back to the #1 ringleader, Luffy.
A media report says Kyoto Imamura was arrested for allegedly ordering one of many
That's what I'm
robberies
saying. It's pretty much
reported
no
across Japan.
money, bro.
If you can pay for services, you can certainly pay for goods. The black market on Telegram makes purchasing illegal items as easy as shopping on Amazon. Telegram's unsettling black market.
Oh, here we go.
Police say that Telegram is quickly becoming another go-to app for dealers.
With so much encryption, it's no surprise that criminals love to use Telegram to conduct under-the-table deals. Since no one can access personal DMs, it's easier for dealers to access contraband products through the app. Telegram features a black market with thousands of listings for any item that you could imagine. Over the years, hundreds of Singaporeans have been caught for their involvement in Telegram crime rings. Just this year, 36 people were arrested in April 2024 for their involvement in the underground goods trade on Telegram. In a raid conducted by the Central Narcotics Bureau, over $19,000 in products were seized, with the main method of transactions and communication being over Telegram. One of these suspects was a 37-year-old man that had fled to Seoul to conduct most of his operations. According to South Korean news sources, this man's network was so large that it spanned all parts of Asia, with hotspots in Singapore and Vietnam. With 3 associates, all of his business was done using Telegram. How did he do it? To disguise the goods and avoid suspicion from Border Patrol, this crime lord hid and modified many of his products into various electronics and candy. That way, he was able to advertise more openly while remaining discreet. Because to anyone who isn't a regular buyer, a picture of a pack of Gushers isn't going to raise any alarms. But to those that know what the bags actually contain, we're able to get all the information they need on a
I feel like that's so
According
obvious,
to
though, bro.
authorities,
Like,
this operation was able to earn an
just selling
estimated
Gushers.
250 million won, which is
Hell
roughly
no.
193,000 US dollars in profits alone. Charlie Garcia, on the other hand, had a one-man plan. Originally from London, 48-year-old Charlie moved to Thailand with a student visa after realizing that there was a gap in the market, the illegal goods market. Setting up his base in Chiang Mai, Charlie used Telegram to conduct his deals, selling to both locals and tourists alike. And for a while, he had it good. Customers were flowing in, and he became a reputable source for black market goods. But unfortunately, this would be short-lived. In early 2024, police officers in Chiang Mai received an anonymous tip about Charlie and his unconventional job, so they decided to go undercover and investigate. Posing as a potential customer, officers set up a meeting with Charlie at a local weed shop, pretending that they wanted to buy stronger items. After the sale was completed, the rest of the force, which was stationed outside, stormed in and arrested him. After the arrest, police conducted a search on Charlie's room, which is where they found a haul with hundreds of grams amongst other items. Even after getting caught red-handed, Charlie tried to deflect the blame, telling the police officers that he got it all from a tourist. But an investigation into his Telegram account proved that to be nothing more than a lie. For his crimes, Charlie is at risk of facing the death penalty, or at the very least, life imprisonment. So far, we've talked about Telegram's criminal underworld, but I'm telling you, none of these even come close to what's next. The market for wicked interests. Telegram is like the dark web without the need of a third-party browser. You can find the most gut-wrenching stuff on there if you know the right people or are willing to pay the right price.
Then he suggested that I create a account on Telegram, and he would get me into the group.
A private group where more extreme videos are being bought and traded.
While most of us love and adore animals, some have ulterior motives for a different kind of fascination with them, a twisted one. These individuals have found Telegram to be a gathering place for them to openly discuss their dark desires or even act them out. In 2023, the World Service exposed hundreds of customers around the world who were paying a group of Indonesians to film themselves performing certain actions on baby monkeys. This infamous crime ring
Yo, if you really think about it, humans really are like like humans really is like some very, very like interesting creatures, ain't we? Performing specific acts on baby monkeys. Okay.
First started on YouTube, but then moved to Telegram after the founders realized that there were people willing to fork up a ton of money for them to perform special requests. BBC sent several journalists to go undercover in these group chats, and what they found was shocking. There were countless people actively participating in these chats. The operation grew so large that dealers began operating not just in China, but also in the United States. Some people weren't initially interested in this business. They simply recognized a demand and realized that they could make a lot of money by connecting with the right sellers.
Every video that popped up, I clicked it, put it in a file. Why? Because every file came with a $sign to me.
Even esteemed animal experts have been exposed for their participation in these rings. In September 2023, famous Australian zoologist Adam Britton faced charges related to his treatment of animals. This news came as a huge shock to the public because Adam is a renowned crocodile specialist who was seen by most as an animal lover. But behind the scenes, he was sharing disturbing content that he filmed on Telegram. Some of these group chats had over 1,000 members in them, and there are more of them than investigators could even count.
Why would you want to see that shit though? I'm so confused.
Because these acts were also
this is why I be talking about all this shit's like a brain thing, because it's like, why would you want to see that shit? Like what turns you on? Like what in your head? Like what makes you just like, yeah, like I gotta see this shit? Like, yo, that's some sick motherfuckers in this world. I swear to God. Some sick ass motherfuckers.
계속 의심을 했어요. 이게 지금 우리나라에서 2019년에 발생한 일인가?
In 2020, the entirety of South Korea was shocked to its core when news broke out about the evil Nth Room and Doctor's Room, a private Telegram cybercrime ring that had over 260,000 members. The main purpose of the Nth Room? To pressure young Korean women, film dark content of them, and then hide the videos behind hefty paywalls. Although there were thousands of members, there were two masterminds behind the whole thing: Cho Ju-bin and Moon Hyung-wook. Cho Ju-bin went by the online alias Doctor, while Moon Hyung-wook went by the name God. Together, they created a series of disturbing chat rooms to conduct their business operations. But how exactly did these two men manage to create a cybercrime ring that was this large? It all started out when God discovered a Twitter account of a girl who posted provocative photos. God then pretended to be a police officer and sent her a DM saying that her pictures had been leaked and he needed her personal information so that the police department could start an investigation. After getting their private information, he would reveal his true identity and begin to pressure them. God would coerce these individuals into creating personal photos and videos for his profit, charging high fees to share this content in his chat rooms. Doctor, on the other hand, used different tactics. He posted deceptive job listings promising high-paying part-time opportunities in fields like modeling and retail, positions that would attract young job seekers. Then he would do the same as God did, and if they didn't cooperate, there were consequences.
Thousands of men are going to see this victim's home address, her full government name, all of her details, her work address, everything.
It said that there was a confirmed number of at least 103 people who were victims of these chat rooms. But when these chat rooms hit the deadlines, although most people were disgusted, some saw this as inspiration. Chinese cybercriminals created their own version of this, employing the same tactics. Let these cases be a reminder that the internet can be a dark place, but behind every scam are people working hard to stop them. But with an overwhelming amount of content like this online, we need to step up and report it. Let's all do our part to keep each other safe, one click at a time. Visual Venture. Wait, before you go, make sure you guys click subscribe here and then click this playlist to watch more dark internet documentaries, because our goal is 700,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. Thank you guys for everything. Y'all are the best. Peace.
I'm trying to tell y'all. That shit get wicked, boy. That shit get real fucking wicked, folks. People be safe. I don't think maybe I could get kidney from the shit. You probably could. I'm not even trying to like lie. You probably could, shit. Cause that Telegram shit, boy, you probably could on some dark web ass shit. That shit, hell no. I just don't understand motherfuckers be get like scammed that easy. I mean, I can understand motherfuckers like had your like address and personal information, but I'm not clicking a random link. Got me fucked up.